uSports Central. Back at it here on a Thursday. Adam Deal, Charles Ashley with you. Big time week coming up, Charles. So time to preview some of these key matchups, including tonight's matchups. Cleveland and Cibola, we're really going to break that one down here in just a minute. Hold the brakes, though.
Yeah, pump the
the
brakes.
First one I want to talk about is that District 5 matchup in your guys, Albuquerque High School taking on Rio Grande. Rio Grande playing better of late. They got a lot of their players back when they had early success this season, Charles, but the Bulldogs coming off a tough loss to Valley and where they did not look focused. A lot of turnovers, a lot of mental mistakes. They can't slip this. They cannot. They got to rebound with a win against Rio Grande. Am I right?
Yeah, people are probably wondering why we're highlighting this game. Primarily because it's a bounce-back game. It's a big game for these guys. Can they bounce back from
Albuquerque
adversity?
has 2 losses on the season. They're still in the upper 3 tier.
Can they bounce back from that loss? Where are the kids at mentally? And then Rio Grande, on the other end, they're 0-3. They're hungry. They need a win. They had a last-second defeat from Atrisco by not being sound enough at the free throw line, knocking down their shots. So whenever Rio Grande and Albuquerque High get together, it's going to be a battle. This will be a close game, Adam.
It's going to be a big-time game. I think Rio Grande's going to keep it close just because they're playing better. They understand they've got to get a couple of these wins if they want to get into the tournament. So I know Coach Jimenez knows that, but I know Coach Ron Garcia knows he needs to get a rebound. I mean, I'm going to go for sure Albuquerque High in this one. I say they win by about 11. I think it's closer than you're going to want, Charles, for a while.
Well, no, I agree with you. This is a team that they've been shooting the ball well. I'm referring to Rio Grande. It's at home. They have a little bit more confidence. Yes, they've been losing, but when you're playing well, they played Pius close. They played Atrisco close. So they've had some close games, some close battles. I think it's going to be a close game, high-scoring close game. I think it's going to be about an 82-75 type of game. Bulldogs will pull away late. Expect a big night from Gabe Bump and Alonzo Armijo. That's just my take.
They're going to need to bounce back because they had only 3 field goals in their last game combined against Valley. Jumping ahead now, let's look at that old school rivalry. La Cueva taking on El Dorado.
Yeah.
Not enough flair to this one. Loser almost is out of things if you really look at it.
Yeah.
So El Dorado now against La Cueva is almost like an elimination game. Not necessarily because there are other chances, district tournament and what have you. There's more district games to play. But truthfully, if one team gets out of this, is going to be Sandy. If there's going to be 2 teams, which potentially could happen the way we broke it down, then the loser of this is looking on the outside for sure.
Well, potentially because these teams have traditionally played each other close, La Cueva, El Dorado, and they're still, I mean, it's a big season, a long season right now. Even if they lose the district regular season race, you're still saying we have a chance to win in district tournament play and get that automatic bid. Tonight, that game, though, however, I'm going to have to go with El Dorado winning this game because La Cueva just seems to always break down in the wrong situations. Frank Castillo chasing that big win, that 1,000-win mark or whatnot. I see his guys playing hard, but I think El Dorado pulls this one off.
Santa Fe is going to make the travel here tomorrow night to take on Volcano Vista. The Hawks desperately need it. Santa Fe almost pulled off the upset at home against Cleveland. They could make a little bit of noise in here if they can come into Albuquerque and get a road win. I'll tell you what, Volcano plays up to their level and down to their level. So I wouldn't be shocked if this is a close game. Yeah,
but Santa Fe can't hang their hat on that we played Cleveland close.
No.
I think they should be a little hungry. I would be upset, quite frankly, that we gave a game away up there.
They're going to be thinking about that.
They should be fired up. They should come down here and really give Volcano a matchup. And you're correct. Volcano tends to play to the level of their competition. I see this being a close game, but I see Volcano squeaking this one out 48-45 type of game.
I say Volcano does win it in a low-scoring game as well. Now let's talk about the other District 5 6A matchup. That's tonight. Marquee. It doesn't stop. West Mesa is going to take on Atrisco Heritage.
Big game.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's definitely a big game. West Mesa has struggled a bit lately. They had a 10-point loss against St. Pius. They lost at home to Valley to open off district. They are 1-1 in district play, though, because they did beat Rio Grande. Atrisco maybe had the toughest start to the season because they had to play at Albuquerque High, then at Valley. They had that home win on the buzzer by Johnny Rodriguez against Rio Grande. So they're 1-2 in district. This has a lot of seeding implications on this. You're going to have to finish high in this district if you want a good seed. I think Atrisco Heritage has a big chance to kind of make up for their 2 early losses. And West Mesa has a chance also to get a road win here and beat Atrisco and go to 2-1 in district play.
I like what Atrisco's doing. You lose your starting guard, but it's the next man up. Coach Ortega came on the show and said, hey, who's ever up is up. We utilize our entire team. I don't think West Mesa has the post presence to stop Peace and to stop Deshaun Lucero from getting into the lane. He's a terrific slasher. I love what Schreier's doing. I love what Wasana's doing. I think it's going to be a high-scoring, close game. But I think Atrisco's going to pull this one off to get to 2-2 in the district and put some pressure on Albuquerque High and Valley. I'm going 77-74 Jaguars.
I keep picking West Mesa, and they keep letting me down. I just, until they start showing that they're at the level that we thought they were at the beginning of the season, I'm going to go with Trisco too, just because I think that they're more hungry. I think they survived what was a scare against Rio Grande, and it kind of woke them up. Yeah. They can really right the wrong, or right the ship, as you like to say, Charles, with another win here and go to 2-2 in district play.
Yeah. You're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, as bad as we started, 0-2, you can make the argument they played the two best teams in the district. So getting that win against Rio Grande helps. Now you're staring at a West Mesa team that you're looking at standings-wise and saying, hey, this is who we're competing against right now. They're going to be a little bit hungrier, as you mentioned. And I just don't know with West Mesa. As early in the season, they're playing so strong, so confident, knocking down shots. They beat a very talented Carlsbad team. But as of late, that's not the same team that we witnessed at that Albuquerque Academy tournament.
They got a great win against Centennial. I don't know who they are. Let's find out. They've got to get this win against Atrisco if they want a chance at the district, though.
We'll
I think it's a must-win for either of them if they want to take the district. Moving on, here's a non-district game, and let's mix District 2 and District 5 right now. And who would have known that Sandia really would have a big chance to start oohing and on as they're going to go to Valley. An upset win there would be huge for Sandia. It would put them over 500. They would be 10-9 on the season under Coach Broussard. Can Abbott get it done underneath? They will have the advantage underneath.
They will.
Teton Salties tends to get into foul trouble. He's going to have to stay out of foul trouble in this one. I don't know. Valley's growing up, though.
They are. This is a interesting matchup in the sense that you have a Valley team where their guards have really developed. They're strong. Anthony Chavez at point guard, the freshman, so talented, so poised, handling the ball. Christian Padilla, knockdown three-point shooter, tough on the defensive end. You have a bunch of other pieces that mix in. But you're right. You just have Salties down low trying to battle with Abbott, Roden, Cunningham. I mean, the bigs go on and on for Sandia, but it's at Valley. So I'm going with the Vikings to continue.
I'm going to go with the Vikings because it's at Valley. I think it's really close.
Yes,
51-48.
Low scoring, but close.
Let's go to the tonight's matchup. Huge monster matchup out of District 1 of 6A, and it's the Cleveland Storm taking on the Cibola Cougars. Cleveland, Ryan Jones on fire right now. They only have one loss of the season, a tight one to Centennial in the Hobbs tournament, but since then they have been cruising. Now, Cibola just slipped up in District to Rio Rancho 61-60 on Tuesday night. This is a short turnaround from that game. Can they get refocused? You don't want to lose two in a row if you're Coach Ray Rodriguez. Cunningham's playing good. Those guards are growing up. Cameron Dixon, the freshman, is big time, but can they handle that Cleveland Storm team who already beat the Cibola Cougar team in the pit in the APS Metro Championship game?
They beat them at the pit, but this is that Cibola. This is a Cleveland team that you and I both agree have struggled the last couple games or whatnot offensively. We don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just because teams are using that boxing one a lot more on Jones, and they're trying to figure out how to get offensive production from everyone else. Marcus Williams needs to step up. But you're right. Those Cibola guards are going to be key to this game because you know what Liddell's going to bring. You know what Cunningham's going to have something to prove because these two, Williams and Cunningham, kind of negated each other in that first matchup. So both guys are going to have something to prove. I'm going with the upset. I'm going with Cibola proving it.
I'll go with Cleveland. I'll say they win about by 10 points, 71-61. Cunningham has a good game, though. Marcus Williams has a big game. Come on back to uSports Central.